Hello, Shashi Priya. Hello. Can anyone say audio is clear? Okay, thank you. We shall begin today's webinar series. Good morning to you all. I, Dr. Prerana Hireman, today's host, would like to welcome guest speaker and all the participants for today's webinar series, Astrological Influence on Ayurveda. Can the stars guide us? It's my privilege to introduce our esteemed guest speaker for today's session in the webinar series, Dr. Priyanka Rao. Dr. Priyanka Rao is currently serving as a consultant and assistant professor in the Department of Samhita Siddhanta at Sharada Ayurveda Medical College and Hospital, Mangalore. She completed her undergraduate degree from Karnataka Ayurveda Medical College and Hospital, Mangaluru, and pursued her post-graduation studies at Sri Sri College of Ayurvedic Science and Research, Bangalore. With a strong academic foundation and clinical experience, Dr. Priyanka Rao brings a deep understanding of Ayurvedic principles, especially in Samhita Siddhanta, and is actively involved in both teaching and patient care. We are honored to have her with us today to share her insights and knowledge. Let us warmly welcome Dr. Priyanka Rao. Welcome you, ma'am.
Thank you. So can I take over the session?
Yes, ma'am. I'll be sharing the PPT.
Yes.
Screen is visible, ma'am.
Ah, yes, that's visible. Okay. Thank you, Dr. Rema. And namaste, everyone. So today we'll be dealing with astrological influence on Ayurveda to know whether the stars can guide us. So without talking too much regarding this, we'll directly enter into the presentation where we will be dealing with a lot of things and talking a lot of things regarding this particular topic. So let's begin. Next slide, please. Okay. So before beginning the session, I would like to, express my gratitude to my guru, Sri Janardhan Bhatt sir, who accepted me as his student and gave me this knowledge. Without him, I would really not be able to analyze things what I am doing now. So, seeking his blessings, will move forward. Next slide. Okay. So as we all start our Ayurveda learning or practice by taking the blessings of Lord Dhanvantari, so we have the Lord of Jyotish Shastra, that is the Surya Deva. So seeking his blessings too, we will move forward. Next. So the session is basically having these contents that are shown in the screen. So we'll be dealing with a short introduction and moving on to the review of literature, discussion, conclusion, and some take-home points to everyone and the bibliography, that is from where all these uh, references are from. Okay, next. Okay. So we all have a certain question in our mind, right, regarding what exactly astrology is, and how is it related to Ayurveda, or is it really related to Ayurveda, or how much does it contribute to Ayurveda, or does it really contribute to Ayurveda? If yes, then how does it contribute? In which areas does it contribute? And do we have evidences, proofs, or clinical evidences regarding this? So all these questions are in our mind. I guess many of us are having these questions, and to be frank, as few years before, even I had these questions. So let's see what answers can this presentation give us. Next. Okay, so the basic aim of this presentation or the session is to know whether the stars and planets help or guide us in health management and understanding Ayurveda or health in a better way. Okay. Yes. Next. Okay. Let's move to the introduction. Yes. Next. Ayurveda is an ancient science of medicine, which is a part of Atharva Veda. It not just deals with treating diseases, but also explains components uh, of life like body, mind, soul, anatomy of it, physiology of it, and methods to maintain a healthy living. On the other hand, Jyotish Shastra is a science based on stars and is considered as one of the Vedanga, which total Vedangas are six, but this is considered one among them. So let's get into this presentation to see how these two unique sciences connect and complement to each other. So in by this introduction, we see that two has some point of you know where it converges, that is Vedas. So both are taken or derived from Vedas ultimately. So let's see how these are complementing or connecting each other. Just kind like a note to all of you, my slide numbers probably are wrong. So in case if you have doubts or questions regarding any slides, just do mention the heading, the main heading of the slides or the content of the slides so that I can understand. Okay, so the numbers are wrong, so don't keep numbers as a reference. Yes, next. Okay, moving on to the review of literature. I believe we all are from the field of Ayurveda, so I need not review Ayurveda much as of now. So let's directly move to the Jyotish Shastra review. So here we see the definition of Jyotish Shastra, that is Jyotishim Graha Nakshatrani. So Jyotishim means uh, Graha Nakshatrani, that is the illuminant objects such as Graha and Nakshatras are called as Jyotishim. That is the term Jyotishi means Graha and Nakshatra. That Adhikritya Kritam Shastram Jyotisham, that is that which deals or which is based on these illuminant objects is the Shastra is called as Jyotish Shastra. That is basically Jyotish Shastra is that Shastra which deals with illuminant objects, that is planets, stars, etc. Okay. And this, as we saw before itself, it is one among the six Vedangas. Yes. Next. So we know Vedangas. I hope everyone know Vedanga. If not, so Vedangas are six in numbers. So which these six divisions of Veda or these six basically branches, they help us to understand Vedas in a better way or get the maximum or the complete understanding of Vedas. And they are six in numbers, as I told, that is Shiksha, Vyakarana, Niruktam, Jyotisham, Kalpa, and Chandas. So these are the six limbs or parts of Veda through which we understand Vedas completely and exactly as it has to be understood. So I'm not going to deal with all of these, or I'm not going to explain all of these to you now, because let's stick on to Jyotish Shastra. So as seen there, highlighted this in the chart, Jyotish Shastra is compared to eyes. Okay, so these six branches or divisions, whatever is there, they are compared to a human or human part based on its importance. Okay, how important it is, based on that it is compared to one part in a Purusha. Okay, so Jyotish Shastra is compared to eyes. Okay, so they tell that Jyotish Shastra is the eye of the Veda. So it is helping you visualize or see something. So how important eye is for a human. Similarly, Jyotish Shastra is important for Veda or understanding of Veda. Why? Let's see in the next slide. Okay, so now why is it considered as the eye of the Veda? Okay, Tasmat idam Kala Nirnaya Shastram. Okay, so what we have to understand regarding Jyotish Shastra is it is a Kala Nirnaya Shastra. So what do we think Jyotish Shastra means? Okay, when do we go or approach such astrologers or so, like when to see just like whether when do I get married, or whom do I get married, or does this kundali matches, or will I prosper in my life, will I get proper education, will I get promotion, etc., etc. But basically Jyotish Shastra is Kala Nirdaya Shastra. Okay, that is, it tells us about time. Okay, but why is it called I now? Because this Kala, as we know, Kala is classified into Bhuta Kala, Vartamana Kala, and Bhavishyat Kala. Okay, so as our eyes help us to see, we see the world with it, right? Similarly, this Jyotish Shastra helps us to see the Bhuta Kala and Bhavishyat Kala along with the Vartamana Kala. Yes, our eyes are limited to Vartamana Kala. What is present, I can see in front of me, right? But what was there in the past, and what will be there in the future, and all this visual thing, or like the visualizing these things are possible through Jyotish Shastra. That's why it is considered as the eye. And also this Vedas, we have a lot of hymns, mantras, homas, etc., etc. For all these things we need Kala. Which Kala I'm supposed to do, which is the good Kala to be done, when I should do, right? For all this, Jyotish Shastra was the base. Hence, here they have compared it to the eyes. Okay. Yes. Next. So basically, I would like to give a basic outlook or outline for the Jyotish Shastra. So Jyotish Shastra is divided into three parts, okay, or three vibhagas. That is Siddhanta or Ganita, Samhita or Hora. Okay. So what is Siddhanta or Ganita? This completely comprises of all mathematical calculations, like um, the kala, then the moments, the degrees in which the planets move, and like we have, right, Rahu Kala, etc., etc., from this time to this time, etc. So all these calculative or mathematical things are in this vibhaga of Jyotish Shastra. And Samhita. So what is Samhita? Samhita is nothing but the prediction or Shubha Ashubha analyzing related to a vast area or a group of people. Okay, for example, when will eclipse happen, or in this year, or in this upcoming 10 years, this is going to happen, the stars are going to fall, or whatever. So it's regarding the prediction of the a group. Okay, that is Samhita. Whereas next, coming to Hora. Hora is also called as Phala Shastra or Phala Jyotishya, which is very widely practiced and known to all of us. So this is regarding the prediction to individual. Samhita was a prediction to the a vast or a group of people, whereas Hora is to an individual, like how will I grow, what will be my state, so how much time will I live for, all this regarding individual. So Hora basically, the word has come from two words, that is Aho and Ratri. Aho's Ho has been taken, and Ratri's Ra has been taken, and Hora has happened. Okay, this is a kind of lopa in Sanskrit. So this is the three vibhaga of Jyotish Shastra. So what is the base of all this? Nothing but Kala Ganana. Okay. By calculating time itself, everything, that is all the three vibhagas are understood. Or whatever you want from Jyotish Shastra, Kala Ganana is the base or the foundation for everything. And what is a prayojana? Again, Kala Jnana. Okay. So you get to know what, when, or what time, etc. Everything. So Kala Jnana is the main prayojana. Okay. So next. Okay, so now what are the components in Jyotish Shastra, or how do we decide, how do we get the knowledge of Kala? Okay, so basically, you see the slide, right? The first image, what you see is nothing but the Navagrahas. Okay, so the planets, 9 planets, that is Surya, Chandra, Mangala, Buddha, Guru, Shukra, Shani, Rahu, and Ketu. So these are the 9 planets, which comprises of helping us get the knowledge of Jyotish Shastra. And the next image, what you see is nothing but, you might understand it, zodiac signs, which is also called as Rashis. So Rashis are nothing but constellations where a group of stars come together, and they are they represent, or they make certain shapes. Based on that, they are named. So they are 12 in numbers. If you can just count, and probably many of us know this part of Jyotish Shastra. Okay, and the table that we look, when we see down, we get some one table. Okay, this is nakshatra, nothing but nakshatra, that is the stars. Okay, so which is actually the subdivision of the Rashi. So there are 12 Rashis. Each Rashi will have 2.5 nakshatras, which makes 27 nakshatras. Okay, so each Rashi will have 2.5 subdivisions, and they are called as nakshatra. Now, when you see all this, just like in Ayurveda, we have Vata, Pitta, Kapha, and Vata, Guna we have. So when you think about Vata, Ruksha, Laghu, Shita, so all these gunas come. And when you think of Pitta, you obviously that, okay, Ushna, Tikshna gunas, Visragandha, everything comes in, right? So similarly, these planets have their own gunas. Okay, so basically, if you try to see that, like for example, the Ravi or Surya will have certain gunas, like Madhu Pingala Varna of eyes, then Chaturasra Tanu, that is a well-built Sharira. So just imagine you want to do a fashion show, or you want to dress up someone like these Navagrahas. So how do you dress him up, or how do you select that person? Okay, this person is fit for to play a role of Ravi. This person is fit to play a role of Shukra. Okay, so that qualities have been told for each. So if a they were some person, or representing some person, so what gunas would be there in them, that is what is told over there. So it is too vast. A bits of it I'll be telling in the further slides. Okay. So similarly, the Rashi or the nakshatras are also having gunas. So we have to understand that they are not just imaginations, they are having qualities and certain karmas. Just like our Vata, Pitta, Kapha is having, similarly, even they are having gunas and karmas. Okay, next. Okay. So next, to be understood is Dvadasha Bhava. So this box thing, which you see on screen, you might have seen a lot. Okay, so everyone's Kundali or Janma Patra is having this thing, which is very famous. So what is this? So these 12 boxes are, you know, belong to those 12 rashis. Okay, so they are understood as 12 houses. Okay, 12 houses in our Janma Kundali, where each house, see, starting from Mesha, ending to Meena Rashi. Okay, so they are assigned with each house. Okay, and each house, you see the above blue color writings. So Kuja, Shukra has been written. So what are those? So they are the leaders of that house. Okay, they are the adhipatis of those houses or grahas. For example, Mesha Rashi, the adhipati is Kuja. So Kuja is a leader over there. It's like the head of the family. Okay, so Mesha Rashi, this house is always taken care or governed by Kuja. So similarly, we have, you can just see around, you have different, adhipatis. And coming to this side, you see a table. So what is that? Okay, so each house is assigned with certain work. Okay, that is Prathama is there, that is first house. So first house always tells regarding Tanu. Tanu means Sharira. Okay, so Sharira Bhavas will be told by the first house, and Dvitiya will tell about the Dhana. Tritiya will tell about Sahaja things, and Chaturthi will be telling about Surat. Surat is Mitra. Okay, Panchama is Putra. So like that, if you see 12 are there, they're assigned with something. They are telling something to us. Just like we have dhatus, etc. So these are the houses which represent something. Okay. To be known over here is everyone won't have the same first house. Here we see that Mesha is the first thing and ending with Meena, right? So everyone's first house varies. And how do we get to know? So if you see a Janma Nakshatra, Janma Patra, there La will be written. La means Lagna. Okay, Lagna is a synonym for the Pratama Graha or first house. Okay, first house is also known as Lagna. So Lagna is your first house. So someone's first house might be Mithuna. Someone's first house might be Simha. Okay, so always Mesha is not the first house. Your first house is where La has been written in your horoscope. So based on that, everyone's first house it is will go on changing. So that with example, let's see in the further shlokas. Okay. Next, to be understood influencing factors. Okay, so now we know that planets are having these gunas, nakshatras are having gunas, rashis are having gunas, and even bhavas are there. So my first house tells me how my tanu or my sharira will be, all that stuff, right? Apart from that, there are so many factors that influence your kundali. Okay, just like to just tell you, we have doshas, dhatus, etc. Right? But when we in clinic, when we sit, we do consider the rutu. We do consider the desha of the person, whether he's from Jangala, etc. We we see what Sara is, what Sattva is, what Satmya is, etc. So similarly, these are the influencing factors in uh, Jyotish Shastra. Just like we have influencing factors like Desha, Kala, Matra, etc. Here, these are the influencing factors. So what is the first one? Prakrita Guna Dharma of Graha. Okay, so now we are speaking regarding predictions, etc. Right? So how do they predict? Is basically Prakrita Guna Dharma of the Graha. Okay, for example, if Ravi is there. We saw, okay, Ravi is having, well built Sharira, etc., or, Pitta Prakriti, or such things we had seen. So, based on their gunas, they will be influencing the individual. Okay, if Ravi is there in the first house, then that is a guna of that individual. So, such things will be there. And second one is its presence with its other grahas. Okay, so sometimes you might have seen in Kundali that in one house only there will be so many grahas. Okay, so what happens there is, see, just like when you are with your friend, what happens when you're with your friend, you will enjoy the moment, you will have fun, you will have some productive discussions, constructive ideas, and you will enjoy that time. Similarly, when grahas are also having their friends and enemies. Okay, so when they are with their friends, no, they give good vibes, or they give that person whose kundali it is, they give good vibes or good progression or success, etc. But when they are with the shatru, no, just like we can't bear our disliked people along with us, we just suffer. That moment will be so hectic for us. Similarly, when grahas are with their shatru or enemies, even that time, even we will feel like, oh God. Okay, so they give a more of troubling, environment for that individual. And Sama is like, okay, I don't like you, neither I like you. You're just like neutral for me. So when they are neutral, they just do their work and go. Okay, so that is how this grahas work. Next is drishti. Okay, drishti of shubha or papa graha. See, these we have seen planets, right? These planets are divided into Shubha planets and Papa planets. Okay, like Surya, Chandra, Guru, all these are Shubha Grahas. Okay, so when they are present, they'll give you good things. And Papa Grahas are this Rahu, Kuja, Ketu. Okay, see, these are the Papa Grahas. So when they are present in certain houses, that Bhava we had seen previously, right? They will trouble a bit to that person. Okay, they will create a hindrance or do something like that to a person. Next, and drishti of that. Okay, so they're telling drishti. What is drishti? We know that, okay, in Tanu, in the first house, which represents Tanu, that is our body, if some good planets are there, then good things will happen to our body. Okay, we'll be healthy, etc. Now, what is this drishti? So each planets have drishti. That is from the house it is. Okay, if one planet is in first house, till where or which house can it see directly, or which house by staying in one house it can influence the other house. So each planet has its own drishti. Okay. For example, seventh seventh house is everyone's drishti. That is, whichever graha it is, from the place it's standing, it can see always the seventh house. So it will be influencing seventh house. Just being over here, it will be influencing there. Just like the way I am over here in Mangalore, and I'm giving you the you know lecture regarding Jyotish Shastra. Similarly, one graha can stay in one place and do its influence or do its work in other house. So that drishti will be there. So if you have good drishti, then good things will happen. If you have drishti of Papa Graha, then things will go a bit wrong. Okay. And next is Graha Gati Sthiti Dasha or Bhukti. So what are these? See, our horoscope is permanent, right? So whatever is there in our horoscope is till we die. But apart from that, these planets keep moving. Okay, so this temporary movement also will give certain, problems to us, or problems or benefits to us. So it will influence us in temporary way and in a permanent way. Permanent way is our horoscope. Temporary way is the normal, the way they keep on rotating or revolving, right? So that's how also they do. That's why we have Sankramanas or Sankranti. Okay, so every Sankranti, the grahas keep shifting. I mean, the Surya keeps shifting from one graha to other. Okay, that time also there will be temporary influence of things. That's why some people tell that next month is a little bad for you. Don't travel in two wheelers. Things might go wrong. But after next month you can go. That's okay. Why? How is that? Just in one month, that probably could be because of these graha gatis. Okay, the gati is a bit wrong, or the papa graha might be looking at you for a month. That's why. Okay, such gatis or dasha, bhukti, etc. will be there. Next, so all these things will be influencing. Okay, can I get the next slide, please? Okay, next slide. Okay. Now, the references in Ayurveda. So we all know many references in Ayurveda where things have been written, like this nakshatra, Pushya nakshatra, and when it comes to Adhyayana Vidhi, then Dravya Sangraha, Sadhya Sadhyata, then Pumsavana, Garbhadhana, then Shastra karmas, etc., they have written certain nakshatras or time to be done, right? So all these are indirect references to Jyotish Shastra. Okay. Yes. Next. So this is a basic thing what I could tell to you in the limited time, and let's move to the discussion where we will see deeper as to some practical things. Okay. So first point to be discussed: does Ayurveda emphasize on knowing Jyotish Shastra? Does Ayurveda tell us that please learn Jyotish Shastra? So the answer is over here. Okay. So the first shloka you might all be very familiar with. It's from Sushruta. Ekam Shastram Adhyano na Vidyat Shastra Nishchayam Tasmat Bahushruta Shastram Vijaniya Chikitsaka. So Acharya Sushruta tells that to decide, or for a chikitsaka to decide over something, one shastra is not enough. Okay, to completely decide or completely analyze something, you will require bahu shastras. That is many shastras which are related to our shastra. Okay, so then only we can completely decide or analyze certain things. So when it comes to Ayurveda Shastra, what are the related Shastras to us? The related Shastras are Jyotish Shastra, which we are going seeing through. Then Paka Shastra. Many places you might have heard the terms. In many places, Chakrapani has given Sudha Shastra. Sudha Shastra is nothing but Paka Shastra, which is really important to decide patya or to make a patya to a patient. And then darshanas, yoga darshana, nyaya darshana, sankhya darshana has been mentioned in various places in samhitas. Okay, so these uh, acharyas do tell us to know the related shastras so as to completely understand some situations. Okay, Apart from that, we have in Arthashraya, we have Paratantra Pratyaya, and in Kalpana, Sapta Kalpanas, we have Vidya Kalpana. So both emphasize on knowing other shastras or using other shastras for better understanding. Okay, so this is how we should understand that in Ayurveda, we will require other shastras too. Okay, mainly this Jyotish Shastra, then Vastu Shastra. So all this do play a very important role for us to understand. Okay, yes, next. Okay, now why and how does these planets affect us? Okay, why sometimes we'll think, Arey yaar, why is it for me? Or we might think that, oh my God, this girl or this person eats so much, but still her metabolism or her pitta prakriti digests everything. Her Tikshna Agni is digesting everything. Yeah, she is blessed. Whereas I, even if I breathe air, no, I turn fat. Okay, this is many times we tell all these things, or like we'll be like, oh God, why am I facing all these issues? Why not? Like, why God has chosen me only? So all these questions come, right? But the answer is karma. Okay, so how how do we get this kundali of us? Exactly the time when we are born, how the planetary positions or how the planets are moving. Okay, where the Surya is, where the Chandra is, which Rashi Surya is with, which Rashi Chandra is with, where are Grahas positioned. Okay, based on all this, our Janma Kundali is made. And based on this Janma Kundali itself, our entire life, prediction happens, right? So, based on our previous deeds, our Papa Karma and Punya Karma, we will be the destination will do something that we are born in that exact time where the grahagatis will be given our karma phala. Okay, so based on your previous deeds, you acquire this rashi, you acquire this prakriti of yours, you acquire this stature of yours. Some people are tall, some people are short, some people are dark, some people are fair. All this is predetermined. It is nothing like, why did I get vata prakriti? Why did you get kapha prakriti? It's all predetermined based on karma. So based on your previous karma phala is decided, and to get that karma phala, it is showing you in the Janma Patra. In your Kundali, everything will be given based on your karma, previous karma itself. Okay. So that's how we come to know that this is your karma phala. Okay. So that's how, this is exactly working. That is, karma and karma phala is the main, the base which is acting over here in astrology. Next, this is just for your understanding. As I told before, Rashi, Nakshatra, and Grahas. Okay, spelling mistake. Okay, so Rashi, Nakshatra, and Grahas. Okay, so we have all these, right? So these Rashi and Nakshatras are having same, like some gunas and karmas, similar to we have gunas and karmas for doshas, trigunas, dhatus, mahabhutas. Yes, ultimately, dravya, all the dravyas are panchabhautika, right? So even this is also should have panchamahabhutas. So basically, understanding is through gunas and karmas itself. Just the way guna are trigunas and tridoshas, dhatus and mahabhutas are having gunas. Similarly, Rashi Nakshatra and Graha or planets are also having gunas. Okay, next. Okay. So next is, what are the areas where we see the need of Jyotish Shastra in Ayurveda? So do we completely need Jyotish Shastra in Ayurveda? Does Ayurveda, like, can't we use Ayurveda individually? Or does Ayurveda have an existence apart from Jyotish Shastra, or is it like completely dependent? Okay. That is what we'll see now. So first, moving on to the first area, that is Prakriti decision. Okay. So why am I Vata Prakriti? Why is she Pitta Prakriti? Why is that person Kapha Prakriti? Are yaar, all the three Prakritis, which is not possible, but all these things will be there, right? So this is also exactly you can understand through your Janma Patra. Okay. So based on, so we know that there are 12 houses. There are 12 houses, and the first house I told everyone's first house different. right? Wherever La is written, wherever Lagna is written, the first house is there. Everyone's first house is different, and planets in the first house also will vary. If you see the Janma Kundali, we will see it further. Example itself, I will tell you people. So, so based on the situation of the first house, okay, which is your first house, which planet is there, with that planet, which other planets are there, which planet is putting, which planet is having a drishti on this first house. So based on all of this, you can decide the prakriti of a person. Why? Because first house tells you it's a tanubhava. Tanubhava is nothing but the sharira. Okay, it decides the akriti, sharira, etc. Okay, so if you see in the Brihajataka, so first house, they tell that first house can tell you Sharira Varna, Sharira Akriti, Sharira Lakshana, then Yasha, that is Yasha, like how successful this person will be. Then Sukha and Teja, Bala, Dudbala, everything. So first house is having this much of areas to influence you. Okay. So based on which grahas or which planets are there in your first house, completely you can decide that person's prakriti. You can be sure that this person is having this prakriti. Okay. So that's what is written in this slide. Let's see one example for that. Okay. Next slide, please. Okay, so here are two kundalins basically of two different people. Okay, so this is for you to understand how Prakriti is influenced. Okay, so the first kundali is a girl's kundali. Okay, a female. So you see there. Okay, you can see it's in Kannada. I'm sorry if anyone is not understanding or doesn't not able to read Kannada, but you can see over there. Um, I can't point also. Okay. So there you have to cross, just like we cross check the bank check, right? See, like that, there are two lines over there. So that is the lagna of that person. Okay. Because la has been written. La means lagna. In that house, you see two planets sitting. That is Shukra Graha and Kuja Graha. Okay. So Shukra Graha. So I will just tell you what has been written for Shukra Graha in Brahad Jataka. Just like we have Tatra Ruksha Lagu Shita, right? For Vata. Similarly, for Shukra, we have certain gunas. Okay, I'll be telling that gunas to you. Okay, so Shukra is a person, okay, who is always Sukhi. Okay, so Shukra Graha is a Sukhi Graha, and Kanta Vapu. Kanta Vapu is a very good Sharira, very beautiful structure. When my sir was explaining this to me, he explained this to me with the word glamorous. Okay, so he told Shukra Graha is a glamorous Graha. Okay, so the Shukra is having that feature. Okay, glamorous look, that is Kanta Vapu, Sulochana, that is pleasant eye, Kafavata Prakriti or Kafavata dominance. Okay, this Graha is having Kafavata influence. And after that, um, okay, this also it has a sitha and curly hair. Okay, that is black and curly hair. The Shukra Graha is having all these features. Okay, so now when you see, if you unfortunately I'm not able to show you this person, right? If that could have been done, you would be like, utter in shock that how it. Okay, sorry for the disturbance. So if I was able to show you this person, right? You would be in shock saying that this person is exactly the way the Shukra Graha is. Whatever features have been mentioned for Shukra Graha, no, same to same is there in that person. Okay. Like the person is very lean, well structured, like, the body shape or whatever it is, it's a very good physique, just like my sir told, a glamorous look, right? The person is exactly like that. Okay, when I saw this, I was also in shock, like how is this even possible? Okay, so that part of Shukra was there in this person. Now along with Shukra there is Kuja. Okay, so Shukra is a Shubha Graha, it is a good Graha, whereas Kuja is Ashubha Graha, okay, or it is a Papa Graha. Now, let's see the features of Kuja. Okay, so when they're describing Kuja, they describe Kuja as a soldier or a Neta. Okay, that is, he's very, just imagine a soldier in your mind. What is, what images does come in your mind? A very well mannered, full, perfect, disciplined, a leadership quality. Yes, that's what it comes, right? So similarly, the Kuja is okay, a Neta, and Tarunamurti, energetic. Tarunamurti is young and energetic. Okay, so this person also will be like that. Or the Kuja is a young and energetic planet. Along with that, it is Pitta Prakriti. Okay, so Shukra, we had seen that it is Vata and Kapha Prakriti. This is Pitta Prakriti. And next is Suchapala. Okay, this Kuja is having one more character, Suchapala. Chapala is desire or wanting. Okay, Suchapala is this Kuja Graha, no, it will influence such that in a manner that this person will have a lot of like, I want to do that, I want to do this, I want even that, I want even this. I want to dance, I want to sing, I want to play, I want to be a multi talented person. Okay, so this person will have desire to do everything possible. And next is Krisha Madhya. Krisha Madhya is Kuja planet. It is such that its body, Madhya Bhaga, is Krisha. That is, just like we have an ideal body, right? The waist or the hip part should always be lean or very small, and then hourglass shaped, to be frank. Okay. So Kuja is having all these qualities. And now, when you go back and to see this person, right, this whose Jataka it is, exactly it is like that. Trust me, okay, it is exactly like that. Unfortunately, it's like it's not our ethics to show the person. That's why I'm not able to show you this person, but it is exactly the same. Okay, and now that Shukra and Kuja is there, these two qualities are also that there in that person. For example, very young and energetic person, and very the stature is also like that. And this person is too much like perfection, or I want to do this, I want to do that, I want everything, I want to do everything, I should be an all rounder. Such a person itself. Okay, and Prakriti. When now we come to Prakriti. So what is the Prakriti of this person, ma'am? You're telling everything, but you didn't tell me Prakriti. Now Shukra is Kaphavata, right? And Kuja is Pitta. Now this person is Pitta Prakriti. Why? Because Kapha and Vata are Yogavahi, right? It can take off Pitta's properties. This person is having Kapha and Vata too, but this person is more of Pitta Prakriti. Okay. This is how we can decide the Prakriti. The second Kundali, when you see, even in this person, see, their Lagna is written again. He has, it's a male, okay? So he has three grahas. Okay, Ravi, again, if we come, Ravi and Buddha are good grahas, whereas Rahu is a Papa graha. Okay, so Ravi is a person who has a well-built stature, okay, a huge stature. Trust me, this person is 6 feet tall and 100 kgs, okay? And then Buddha means he like he's good at speech, and he's humorous, like cracking jokes, making the environment pleasant, etc. So this person is, if this person is in and around you, you will, and always you will be entertained. It is like that itself. Okay, but Rahu is there. See, Buddha has one more point. Okay, Buddha is Nanavan. Okay, if Buddha is there in someone's kundali very strong, that person will gain a lot of knowledge, or he'll study a lot. Okay, this Rahu is there. Now Rahu's story, I guess you know. Okay, so Rahu and Ketu are part of one Rakshasa itself. Okay, so his head was chopped off from his body. The head became Rahu and the body became Ketu. Okay, so Rahu is um, it's representing the head of one Rakshasa. So this Rahu, now it's in the first house, right? This influenced that person's head. Okay, how, see, Buddha is there. So Buddha means Jnanavan, as I told. But because Rahu is along with Buddha, this person was not that Jnanavan as he had to be because of Buddha. Okay, but like this person had a fluctuating mind. At sometimes he used to, like, be depressed. Sometimes he used to be active, all such things. That Chanchalata was there because of this Rahu, because he was playing over there. Okay, this is how this person's Prakriti, that is, Ravi is usually Kapha Prakriti. Okay, so this person acquired that Prakriti. Even Rahu is Kapha Prakriti, or like a bit of alasya, lazy. Okay, so this person is also like that only. Okay, a bit of lazy and Kapha Prakriti kind of a person, like too built, well nourished, such person he is. Okay. So next we will see. Next, after Prakriti, we can decide Kaya also. Okay. So Kaya is basically, we can predict Kaya by the Rashi and Nakshatra the person is born in, and also the Lagna, as we discussed previously, and also the Drishti and the Grahagatis. By all this, we can see the Kaya also. Okay, so I have explained, I guess, enough in the previous slide, but I'll go to Rashi and Nakshatra. I'll explain you. Okay, example. See, we all have, for each Rashi and Nakshatra, we have some symbols. Okay, so if you see Tula Rashi, can you imagine, like, the symbol for Tula Rashi, the weighing scale, right? So how do you decide the Kaya of that person? The Tula Rashi people, if you see, just check. Okay, they'll be too analytical, like, whatever they do, they wait and see. Okay, if I do this, what will be my profit? If I do this, how much profit will I get? Or how much of loss will I face? Or every situation they'll analyze things. Okay, that is Tula Rashi, because weighing scale, right? So they'll exactly be the way it is told in, or the picture of that zodiac sign is depicting. And another example, if I have to say, okay, Kanya Rashi. I'll take it Kanya Rashi. So Kanya Rashi is, Kanya means a girl. Okay. Now, what are the basic qualities of a girl? Okay, girl means Saumya Swabhava. Okay. She likes Alankara. She likes Shringara. And she is very soft in speaking. And, girls are more inclined towards arts, like, dancing, singing, etc., etc. So basically, girls are too much into all that, right? Whereas boys are into sports. So, like, we see all this, like, girls are inclined towards this form of arts too much. So, Kanya Rashi people, if you just check, they will be like that. Okay. They will be a bit like, pretty like a girl, and, too much interested in dance, singing, etc. And they'll be too emotional like a girl. They'll be Saumya Swabhava. They will love grooming. Okay, they will love grooming. And all this will be there, just like a girl. But what the twist over here is, even if that person is a boy, he will have all these properties. Okay. For example, I have seen one of my friend, okay, he's a male friend of mine. He is Kanya Rashi. Okay. He dresses up so well. Okay. Like perfect. Like formals, whenever formals are required formals, when you go to temple, you'll find him in dhoti, and perfect, like perfectly maintained, everything, accessories on point. Okay. So these Kanya Rashi people usually, they can, become a fashion advisors. So such things. So they will be like that. Even if Kanya Rashi is, a male is a Kanya Rashi also, no, that person you see, he'll have some of these characteristics. Okay. So that time we can consider it as Gandharva Kaya, because Gandharva Kaya people know like to do Alankara and like dancing, singing, etc. Right. So like this, we can decide Kaya also. Okay. For individual Rashi, Nakshatra, and Grahas, everything will influence. Okay. See, some people, though they're Kanya Rashi, you might not find all these characteristics. Why? Because there could be some other Graha sitting in the Janma Kundali, which are very strongly influencing. Just like every, see, Vata Prakriti, we say, tell, right? Like Vata Prakriti person will grasp soon and forget soon. But there are toppers of Vata Prakriti too, right? Because there might be Buddha strong in their Jataka, right? So there are exceptions to all this also, but it is how it works. Okay. Yes. Next. So next is the direct reference, Sadhya Sadhyata of Vyadhi. So when Acharya tell about Sadhya Sadhyata, in the second line, you can just see Graheshu Anugune. That is Graheshu Anuguneshu. Okay. That is, Graha should be favorable. If the Grahas are favorable or favoring you, then that Vyadhi will be Sukha Sadhya. And for the commentary also, in commentary, if you see the Grahaha, Suryadayaha, direct reference. Okay. So in Sadhya Sadhyata, if a patient comes to you, simple, how it's applied in clinicals is, if a patient comes to you, I always, I had a thought that instead of getting reports like blood reports, urine reports, MRI, CT scan, etc., it's required a person to get his Janma Kundali also. Why, to decide all these things. Okay. So here you see Graheshu Anuguneshu, that is favorable Grahas. Okay. So right now, are all the grahas good to him, or is there any papa graha looking at his lagna or health, or the temporary, we had spoken, right? Temporary movement also will influence anta. So that also we can check and just be like, okay, then if the grahas are favorable, then whatever you're treating, no, it will go well. Okay, if not, there might be some, you are giving the perfect medicine, but it is not happening only. This person is not getting cured itself. Why? If you see a Jataka, probably this month he's having a very bad time. Whatever circus you do, also this is not going to happen. Okay, but next month you gave the same medicine to him, he got cured. Okay, so here is the influence of graha again in sadhya sadhyata or vyadhi. Okay, next. Okay, next is Trivida Vyadi. Okay, Trivida Vyadi, we all know Doshaja, Karmaja, and Dosha Karmaja. Okay, so now some Vyadis are Karmaja, and for that, what is the Chikitsa? Karmakshaya. So Acharyas have told, if Doshaja, you give Viparita Chikitsa. If Karmaja, then you have to do Karmakshaya, and if Dosha Karmaja, you have to do both. Dosha Kshaya also has to be done, Karmakshaya also has to be done. Now, how do you understand this Karmaja Vyadi? Right? If a person has come to you, simple headache, so you don't know what is the matter over here, right? We just analyze through dosha. Who will seek for karmaja, right? So this Jyotish Shastra or the Janma Patra of the person can help you immensely in knowing this. Okay, so karma you can understand. Okay, so what karma that person has done, or which graha is Vikrita in his Jataka can be just seen, and based on that, karma kshaya can be done. Based on that only, prayashchita can be done. Just like we don't have one medicine for all the vyadis, right? So medicines vary based on the dosha involvement, based on the prakriti, etc. Similarly, based on the karma and based on which graha is vikrita, the karma, the prayashchita karma also varies. Okay, so for this also we require Jyotish Shastra. Okay. Next. Okay, nothing but this is a complete depiction of the previous slide. That is, every karma has its karma phala. So based on that itself, a karma kundali is made, and we are suffering because of that only, right? To know this, to go to the nidana. Ayurveda promotes nidana parivarjana or nidana viparita chikitsas, etc. So if you don't know the nidana, then how? Ahara, vihara, yes, we have the reach over there. But karma, yes, it's a question mark. So in that way, this Jyotish Shastra will immensely help you to know the Nidanas in Karmaja Vyadhis also. Next. Okay. Trivida Aushadha. When it comes to Aushadha also, Daiva Pashraya, we know here Jyotish Shastra is required to see which karma he has done in previous life, and what has to be done to do the karma kshaya. And when you choose through regarding mantra, aushadhi, mani, mangala, bali, homa, etc., you need Jyotish Shastra, right? That is, when is the optimum or the best time to do this chikitsa has to be known. So that's why we have Jyotish Shastra in Daiva Vapashraya. And even when it comes to Yukti Vapashraya, we do require, right? Because in Aushadha Sangraha, Vamanadi Karmas, etc., they do tell. And I have heard that there are many practitioners who practice like that. Like, the time the patient enters your clinic will also matter. Okay. The, the patient's aura will, you know, affect your aura. So that time also, no, there could be some glitch in the treatment. Okay, so all this will require in clinical practice. We do require Jyotish Shastra even for Yukti Vyapashraya. Okay, next. Okay, this is just a briefing regarding the previous things itself. Time travel. Okay, so how this is a Kala Jnana Shastra, right? Jyotish Shastra. So it helps us to see the past deeds. Their past deeds not just means this life's past deeds, but also the previous life. And Vartamana Kala. Right now, what is my Graha Gati? Yes, now what I'm taking, now whatever medicines I'm taking or whatever treatment I'm giving, will it get success? Yes. So all that can be seen through Vartamana Kala. And when you go to Bhavishyat Kala, this is one of the most, you can apply this in a really great manner. Okay, for example, you can see what comes further, like in future days. For example, you have a patient. Okay, so you have a patient, a long term patient, who has been with you for like 1 year or so, but next month his graha gatis will go wrong. That time probably even the medicines might stop acting or may not act like previously, or that person's or some upadrava might be seen in that person, or suddenly the symptoms aggravated. This might happen. If you know this priorly, what happens is you can convince that patient, right? And sometimes because of some grahagatis, there will be a new upadrava which might come along with the existing ones, or there might be an additional disease which might come along with the additional ones. So when you know Jyotish Shastra and when you try to see his bhavishyat um, kala influence of like graha influencing his coming days, you will be able to give him the right knowledge. Like in case example, next next month, probably in someone's jataka, kuja might be influencing. Okay, or some other planets might be trying to influence. Okay, I'll take an example of kuja itself. So kuja is, as we saw, neta, right, energetic. Along with that, he has one more thing. Okay, that is Pitta Prakriti, right? Pitta Prakriti is also there. So Kuja is also trying to influence that person in next month. So probably he might have some Pittaja Vyadis the next month. So you can ask him not to take any Katurasa Aharas or any outside foods or any Viruddha Aharas. Right. This is what you can advise to that person. And when you know this, you can help the person not enter there itself. Okay, this is like a curative, preventive aspect of the clinical applications. Okay, so this is how Jyotish Shastra helps in all the three kalas to us, or in understanding Vyadhi. Okay, next. Okay, now why Jyotish Shastra is required in Ayurveda? So we, by now, I guess many people have understood, or you might have got your own ideas as to why it's required. But I'll just brief it. Okay, yes. Next slide. So accuracy in diagnosis, prognosis, treatment. Diagnose on shot, whether it is doshaja, karmaja, or ubayaja. Okay, you can diagnose very precisely. Prognosis, obviously, sadhya sadhyata, you can get to know whether he is meant to suffer from this or whether it will get cured in this time or whatever it is, you'll get to know. Treatment. So based on this, you can decide whether you have to go to Daiva Vyapashraya, Yukti Vyapashraya, or both. Okay. Next is better management in both preventive and curative aspect. Just as we spoke, if you know Bhavishyat Kala, whatever is coming to him, you can advise him, don't take this. Probably next month, that person might get into any problems or any upadrava might suddenly come out of nowhere. Okay, so don't take this. So you know now what medicines to put. Okay, Bhavishyat Kala, you can just think, okay, this might happen to him. So let me be cautious. Or you might tell that person, see, next month this might happen, or this might enter like this. So don't think that there is some problem in the treatment or something. It is natural, it will come down. Okay, so that's such advices you can give. Next, avoids unnecessary interventions, which in turn leads to waste of time, finance, dragging of disease stage to more severe stage. So, like, if you don't know this is Karmaja Vyadi, so there is a patient, you don't know it is a Karmaja Vyadi. You keep giving medicines for dosha. Okay, you're trying to control Vata, it is not controlling only. Trying to control Pitta, it is not controlling only. Waste of time, waste of money. Um, the disease will not get cured soon, and the Nava Vyadi might turn into Purana Vyadi, right? So this all can be avoided by having Jyotish Shastra knowledge. And last one is avoids the situations of defaming. Okay, so for example, a person is having Karmaja Vyadi. Okay, you give medicine. Instead of getting better, it's getting worse. That is because of its Graha Gati. But what happens? It's patient's normal nature that a this doctor gave me medicine, nothing worked. Simply, it's of no use. Instead, it increased my Vyadi. So all this defaming, you will just, you'll rescue yourself from this, all such defaming. Okay. Yes. Next. Now, how to implement Jyotish Shastra? Now we know that Okay, it is influencing Ayurveda, or yes, it is telling a lot of things regarding our body, etc. Now, how does this influence, like, how do we implement this? Okay, is our next question. So, how do we do? Mainly, first, we should know that even karma can affect, right? Even planets, grahas, nakshatra, rashi can affect, right? So, when you know this, you'll be ready for that situation. You'll be ready for that situation. If I'm not interested in learning, but I believe in this, then you can have always a learned astrologer or an experienced astrologer with you, whom you can refer. You can just ask him your doubts, clear your doubts, and then based on that, based on his opinion and his analyzing, you can decide the medicines. Okay, so first of all, we have to believe in it because it's the truth. Secondly, you can have an astrologer with you to help you in the chikitsa. And the best part is we learning ourselves, at least the basics, okay, so that we can know things better. Next, okay, so let's see some cases. Okay, so in my small, small career and small experience, I have come across. I don't know why I have come across a lot of vyadis which are karmaja itself. Okay, like a lot of patients or my colleagues' patients. Many of places I've seen this karmaja vyadi and treatment has been done similarly. So let's go to the first case. This case is a patient aged 25 who had frequent Raktaja Vyadi. Okay. The symptoms were like Mukapaka, Yavanapidaka, and also along with all these, the person had Karchnia. Karchnia is like only the face used to turn dark. Body is all fine with a natural color, but face used to turn dark. Okay. So many medicines were done, all the things were done, nothing was working. Now, what we did, a kundali was taken. And when taking the kundali, what we found was Lagna. Okay, in Lagna, Kuja was present. Okay, so as we saw, Kuja is Pitta Prakriti. Along with Pitta Prakriti, he is having one more small feature. Okay, that is, he does Rakta Vikaras. Okay, he resembles Rakta. So he has a lot of influence on Rakta. So this, whatever Raktaja Vyadi was there, that was Karmaja for this person. Okay, this person's Lagna Kuja, right? So this person was innately Pitta Prakriti, and that's why, because of Kuja's presence, this all was happening. Pitta was increasing, Rakta Dushti was happening because of Kuja. Okay, so we understood that person's Prakriti, and we got to know that, okay, where is the moola of all this? After that, what happened? Um, we also saw the current state of that person's Jataka. That time Rahu Dasha was going on. Though Rahu was nowhere in that person's Kundali, that temporary Dasha, whatever I told, no, temporary influencing, Rahu was going on. So what did I tell about Rahu to you all people? That Rahu is the cut part of the head of one Rakshasa, right? That's why. And Rahu is also known as Chaya Graha. Chaya means shadow. Shadow is always dark, right? So this person's face was turning dark. Whatever was happening, whatever we were trying, that color was not getting regained itself. Okay, so we understood that this is all because of the grahagatis. Okay, so based on that itself, we told that person to manage. Prakriti was pitta, so we told that your prakriti is pitta, so you have to take care of yourself and avoid all pitta kara aharas. Okay, along with that, for Rahu, what we did was we there is certain mantra for Rahu, a specific mantra for Rahu, and also Rahu is related to Naga Graha. Okay, Naga Deva. Okay, Rahu and Ketu both are for Naga. So Rahu is considered to be the hood, the head of the snake. So we advise that person to go to Nagasthana and recite this mantra and all. Eventually, it all came down. Trust me, eventually it all came down. Okay. And Bhavishyat Kala, what we saw was in that particular time, Panchama Shani. Wait, okay. Shani is always karma faladata. Okay, so that means Panchama Shani is something related to the previous Janma. Something is there that and Shani has come to Panchama. Panchama means Panchama Graha, that houses we saw, right? There, fifth house. Now, in this fifth house, what happened was whenever Shani is in fifth house, it indicates accidents. Okay, chances of meeting accidents, in accidents were there. And Shani is always will represent left side. Okay, so he represents left side. So she was we advise, like, be just careful with certain things, like uh, with driving, etc. So, because this is that. Okay, but the person was but what happened was the person actually met with the accident, and the major injuries were on the left side. Left limb and left limb, lower limb and upper limb, both was like not much, because we had priorly warned and all. It was not that bad, but still whatever the wound was there, it was all on the left side. Okay, so this is how this case was understood and managed. Okay, through Jyotish Shastra, understanding Jyotish Shastra, but medicines were given. Medicines also were given for Raktadushri and for other things also. But along with that, this was the main thing what we had done. Okay, so next we'll move on to the case two. Okay, case two. Next slide. Okay, so case two, it's a male patient actually, aged 19 years. Okay, this is manasika vyadhi, not exactly like a great manasika vyadhi, but a state of a mental state where it was not normal. Okay, so the person used to have arrogant behavior. Okay, this is a very interesting case. Okay, I'll just tell you the briefing regarding this. It's a very interesting case. This person, this 19 years old male, had an arrogant behavior and a torturous behavior towards his partner. This person had a female friend or a girlfriend, basically. So he was a very sweet person to the entire world. Okay, but when it comes to his girlfriend, he was always like, having a torturous behavior, or very arrogant, whatever it is, like, full of doubts, etc., etc. The girl also used to call his mom and used to complain. It's like, this is happening, please control him, all that. So they had a lot of issues. So when this person's mom came to us, and when we were speaking, so much of counseling was done. We had even sent to counselors, and we exactly everything. Nothing worked actually. And then we took the kundali. Okay, and when kundali was seen, now Lagna is there. So Lagna is the first house. So from Lagna, considering Lagna as the first house, we have to count seven. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So in the seventh house, you can see Ketu, right? So what is Ketu? Ketu is also Papa Graha, right? He is the below half of Rahu, as we told in before. So seventh house is there. No, seventh house represents your life partner. Okay, just like the first house is representing what Tanu, and second house is representing Dhana, right? So seventh house is representing your life partner or your married life. Okay, so Ketu was there. So what is Ketu? Even Ketu is a bit of like notorious person itself. So as Ketu was in seventh house, he was good to the whole world, apart from his partner. Okay, so we advised, we told, okay, even if this person in future, if he gets married, right, he'll have issues with his life partner. Okay, that's why a lot of things has to be done. So what we did was, this is purely Daiva Pashraya. There has nothing we could do apart from any from Daiva Pashraya. Okay, so as Saptama Ketu was there, we not we, but like we spoke to other astrologers and my sir, etc., and we decided to do a homa. Okay, home for Lord Ganesha, because Ketu Graha is like the Adipati of Ketu. So Ketu only is one Adipati, but Adipati of Ketu is Lord Ganesha. Okay, so Ganesha looks after Ketu. So it's just like, if something has to be done, you can you have to tell the head of the family, or head of the department, or the principal, and then everything will be done aram se, right? So similarly, what we did, we advised a Ganapati Homa every time. So they kept doing this uh, consistently for a very long time. And trust me, in about 3, 4 months, I guess, the person was very calm. Okay. completely he was not fine, but that person was very calm to a greater extent. So this happened. And here I would like to just inform you one more small point, that okay, now Ketu is there. Now I will tell you how this previous janma or purva janma happens. Okay, so now this purva janma influence, sorry, so Ketu is there in seventh house. We have seen that, right? So we were just trying to know know more about this person. So when we when we took astrological help to this, they told that in previous life this person had you know this person used to torture his, like, you know partner. Okay, so this person, whoever is there, this person used to torture uh, the other person. And because of that, they I guess that person, the opposite person, this person's partner, um, committed some suicide, it seems. Okay, this is what was told. And committed suicide, and that's how that is influencing now him so badly that he's keeping going on torturing his partners also. Like, he will not get a proper partner. He should not get. That's how it is doing. So this was revealed later. Okay, like as we went on with the astrological points, this was like revealed, and this is what we got to know. So yeah, nothing can be done with this majorly. Like, we can't change Kundali, but yes, through Daiva Vipashraya, exactly, we can do a lot of other Daiva Vipashraya. We have told this person, and it's helping him a lot. Okay, this is how the case 2 ends. We'll go to the next slide. It's nothing. Okay, here I just want to show you some books. Like, for example, we have Charaka Samhita, Ashtangaradaya, Sushruta Samhita, and Lagutrayas, and so many beautiful books for Ayurveda. Similarly, I just want to introduce you to certain books and also my book collections. Okay. The first book is a main Brihad Jatakam. This is the ultimate book for Jyotish Shastra. Okay. By okay, this is my first book actually. This is a Moola book, Brihad Jataka. And this is the next book. Can you change the slide? Okay, next book is again Brihad Jatakam, but this is in Hindi version. Okay, this is my book collection, just a Hindi version of Brihad Jatakam. Next, the first picture is my first Jyotish Shastra book. Okay, so this is randomly when I just went, as I was interested, I just took this book. This book was the first Jyotish Shastra book which I read, and not completely, but I took a lot of information from this initially when I used to try to understand. But right now it's all Brihad Jatakam. But this was my first book, and these books are, just whenever I go and I find some book, I just take it and keep it for myself. So this the second book is just regarding combinations which will give various yoga, like Marana Yoga or Dirghayu Yoga. So all these things are mentioned over there in this book. Next, okay, next is Prashna Marga. This is also one of the book. It has two parts. You see there. Okay. Next, we'll move on to the conclusion. Okay, so we find that stars influencing this universe, thus humans too. Okay, stars do influence this universe, thus human, just like Lokapurusha Samya Siddhanta. So based on one's karma, the stars get positioned in a certain manner in one's kundali, which thus constitutes one's prakriti, kaya, arogya, vyadhi, sadhya sadhyata, and ayu too. Knowledge of Jyotish Shastra helps one understand Sharira and Manas in a better way, helping one to manage any condition in the best way possible. Next slide. So, some take home points to all of you. So, stars do influence us and guide us. I hope I have, you know, made this point clear, or like, tried convincing you regarding this. Okay, for better approach, considering Jyotish Shastra is always the best thing. Knowing Jyotish Shastra would help avoid many mishappenings like Artha, Yasha, Hani. We have discussed regarding that, right? And also, it saves time. Okay, on the other hand, it gives us Yasha, Artha, etc. We can also always guide patients with this, refer them to the astrologers, hire one, tie up with one, or just the best thing is be one, right? Okay, next. Okay, the entire referencing, whatever was given, apart from basic some certain discussions regarding case, etc., everything was taken from these references. Okay, next slide. Okay, thank you. That's all. I hope I have tried justifying a lot of things in the limited time. I know I have exceeded a lot, but yes, how much I could do in this limited time I have done. So if you have any doubts regarding this, you can ask me further. Thank you.
Now the session is open for question and answer. If anyone have any doubts, kindly ask.
Hello, ma'am. Hello.
Yes, yes, tell me.
For one question. See, whenever we see this Janma Kundi, so it is like for whole life. But when you were explaining, it was like next month, this month. So how do we see this monthly changes?
Uh, I didn't get you. Your voice is not clear. Can you be more clear?
I'll just type it. I'll just type it.
Ma'am, we do have some questions in the chat box, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So I see one question that is if the person is Gemini in Vedic astrology, but she is Aries in Western astrology. Okay. So basically, Western astrology, it's completely on the date of birth. Okay, it doesn't involve much of time, place, etc. But when we see Vedic astrology, it's the most apt, okay, or most precise because it sees the time of birth, place of birth, and date. That is exactly at that point of time where you were born and which with which altitude the entire planets were placed, that is seen. Okay, so it's better you consider your Vedic astrological informations rather than any other informations. Always the Vedic astrology is the perfect one. So and that only will be that person's actual details than Western astrology. Okay. Whenever we see Lagna chart, we see overall Kundali condition. But how do we see the monthly changes which you were discussing? Okay. So the monthly changes, actually, you have a different chart for that. Okay. Um, so monthly change, it is all calculated. Again, it comes under Ganita, the part. Okay. Based on that Ganita itself, everything changes. So Sankramana to Sankramana, we have a chart. Okay. I'll just tell you the name of the chart. I'm not able to recollect. So we have a chart. So based on that, for this, no, you should have the knowledge of calculations, Vedic calculations. So when that is there, it is possible. So with that chart, there they'll have given, okay, this time this is the thing, or this rashi is more dominant, or this graha is influencing this rashi, that those things will be told. Okay, so holding that chart you can predict. Okay, so basically what happens is you should know that as the planets are moving, which planet has entered which Rashi. If that is known, you will understand everything. Okay. So, because that keeps on moving, right? That is temporary. So, this Sankramana, the sun moved from one Rashi to the next Rashi. So, along with that, the entire planet will change its position. So that if you know, you will be able to predict the same thing. Guna, karma, etc., everything will remain same. Just which planets have entered will change. So using that chart, particular chart, you can understand that. Okay, among Lagna and Rashi, which is significant, ma'am, which one we should consider? Both. Okay, considering both is required. Lagna tells certain things, whereas Rashi tells some other things. So both are very important. Okay. For example, using Rashi also you can predict some diseases. Like it's been told that certain Rashis are prone to certain diseases. Okay. For example, um, this if a person of Kumbha Rashi is there, and this person is more prone to nasal diseases. You just check. Okay, many a Kumbha Rashi people will have nasal issues. For example, allergic rhinitis or any septal deviation or tonsillitis or like such respiratory issues. Then many a things, such nasal issues will be there to that person. So both are required. Okay, it's just that which is strong. Okay. For example, we might have Vata and Pitta Prakriti both, but Vata might be influencing some factors. Pitta might be influencing some factors. So both are equally important for us. Can astrological prediction related to health be changed by changing our lifestyle? Yes. This is a big, yes, you can change. Based on, we have Daiva and Purushakara, right? So there, it's all clear over there. Okay, if Daiva is strong, then Purushakara can't be done, like can't change much. Daiva will overtake the Purushakara. If Purushakara is so strong that sometimes Daiva also will bow down. Your previous karma can be brought down. That's why they tell, right? Karmakshaya, by Karmakshaya, Karmaja Vyadis can be corrected. So by lifestyle, it could be Dinacharya, Rutucharya, or there are many other things, okay? Dinacharya and Rutucharya, what is mentioned in Ayurveda, is completely related to, Sharira or Manas in some factor. But there is Dinacharya and Rutucharyas which are, not mentioned in the Shastras also. There are other things also to have a very disciplined life and which can help you correct. And this, your question, we have we have a practical, I have seen a practical example for this also. When a lifestyle has changed, one person's, Kundali influence only changed. Okay, that person had some bad influences which changed because of the change in lifestyle. So this can happen. Yes, there is scope, but there if the daiva is very strong, that you do any circus with the purushakara, if the papa karma is so strong that this is not enough, then probably it's not in our hands. Hmm. Okay, ma'am, please can you elaborate on how nakshatras influence? Okay, again, nakshatra is also having, see, it's I can't detail you everything because there are 27 nakshatras. So just like rashis and grahas, we have, right. Each grahas and rashis has its own gunas and karmas. Similarly, nakshatras also will have. Okay, so these nakshatras will have, they will exhibit their gunas and rashis. Sorry, gunas and karmas. So like that, they will influence. They will, you know, like for example, Shadabhisha Nakshatra, if you take, so Shadabhisha Nakshatra is more like, um, they are more towards, like there are certain mental factors, okay, that keeps changing in Shadabhisha Nakshatras. Like they'll be very adamant, or such qualities will be there, okay. So that we can understand. And by that, they might get certain, Sharirika and Manasika Vyadis. This can be understood. So just like Rashi and Graha have explained, Nakshatras also have similar influence. I hope I've, whoever has asked me questions, I hope the answer was apt enough or convincing enough. If not, you can further question me. See, Jyotish Shastra is a Shastra. Okay, we can't see for someone who doesn't know Ayurveda, we can't sit with them for 1 hour and just give them a complete knowledge of Ayurveda, right? Similarly, Jyotish Shastra also, it's not possible for us to go in that detail in just in one session. It has a lot of things to do.
Yes, ma'am. I think doubts have been cleared. If there are any further doubts, we'll be sending in WhatsApp, ma'am.
Yes, sure, sure.
Yes, ma'am. Shall we end the session, ma'am?
Yes, sure.
On behalf of the organizing team, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to our distinguished guest speaker, Dr. Priyanka Rao, for gracing today's webinar with her valuable time, deep insights, and enriching knowledge. Your presentation has not only enlightened us but also inspired further learning and curiosity in the field of Ayurveda and Jyotishya. Thank you so much, ma'am. I also
Thank
thank
you.
yes, ma'am. I also
Continue,
thank all
continue.
the participants for the participation and making this webinar brighter. Team Ayurveda will be soon connecting with you all in the next webinar. Stay tuned. Have a great day. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you, everyone, for patient listening.